See me, yeah? I used to be well into self-improvement and self-development. Taking cold showers, working out. Sometimes anyway. And reading endless sodding books like my life depends on it. Watching countless gormless self-improvement YouTubers. Getting up so early I could hear the milkman giving it to next door. And sitting at my computer like a zombie, half asleep, trying to work on my latest side hustle in some vain attempt to outcompete the next sad twat who thought they could boost their nation's GDP with their productivity alone. But it all just left me more tired and emptier than a politician's brain. Oh, is that a toenail? And then I woke up. This is why self-development is masturbation. First up on this flurry of furious flights of fancy is ferociously fraught thriller Fight Club. Well, a clip with a quote from which the title of this video is taken and that.
I felt sorry for guys packed into gyms, trying to look like how Calvin Klein or Tommy Hilfiger said they should.
That what a man looks like?
Self-improvement is masturbation. Now self-destruction is you.
Look at everyone, all trying to be better little versions of themselves. Bless her. More naive than me the other day when some homeless man tried to sell me 3 magic beans. Turns out it was just crystal meth. Don't look at me like that. How do you think I wrote this video? These people who spend all their time trying to improve themselves is in one sense very admirable, but it's blinking naive. This ego-boosting self-help industry is littered with gurus, books, videos, courses and seminars, all promising to do one thing: to change your life. This is why the law of attraction sells. It's nothing more than a grift. A way of dosing you up with more feel-good dopamine than a TikTok trip with a morphine drip administered by a rather racy nurse. Ugh. Slowly cycling you out of reality and into a much more pleasurable fantasy land full of passive income, freedom from jobs and manifesting Lamborghinis with your mind. All absolute bollocks, of course. Now that may sound rather cynical, but it's only when you sweep away all the bullshit that you realise what it is. A way to make you feel good for no reason. Selling you a dream like any other corporate consumer society. And a false feeling of accomplishment even though you haven't actually done anything. I can tell you all of this because I did it. Or I was more hooked to these grind, hustle, self-development ideals than a haddock with separation anxiety. I did all of it, as I alluded to in the intro. As if by doing all of that bollocks, it would make me more enlightened than the Dalai Lama. And I'd no longer require my human form, and I'd just sort of float off as an ethereal spirit, shedding my skin like a snake and slithering off into the sun as a spiritual soul. But of course, in reality, it was just an ego trip.
Self-improvement is masturbation.
So what this little quote from Fight Clubby means is that we should try and lose our egos and consumerist mentalities that's keeping us where we are. You're consuming content instead of just doing the actual work. You're consuming consumer goods in an effort to make yourself more flipping comfortable. Yay, Amazon parcels! It's almost like if you think you can buy enough stuff, you can shield yourself from the horrors of the world. Like building a coat out of consumer goods and electronics and soft furnishings, which sounds a bit like the idea for the next Sam Smith outfit. The self-help, self-development and self-improvement niche, it's all the same anyway, it's just different names, encompasses a vast array of different things, from the sensible to the woo-woo to the downright dangerous, from internet twats telling you not to fap to the vague, nonsensical law of attraction to esoteric sounding mumbo jumbo dressed up in so much magical symbolism it wouldn't look out of place in a Harry Potter video game, all the way to influencers whose entire business model is to get ripped, hire a bunch of cheap models, get loads of cringe photos and videos made, and then sell young men the dream of being just like them. This is the Dan Bilzerian method, but there are others that I want to show you. Take a look at this guy. Let's watch a few of his videos, which are more cringy than the first couple of rounds of Britain's Got Talent. Sexist. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Christ. Well done, you can pick a woman up. Okie dokie. That's quite enough of that cringe. This guy is so in love with himself, he's completely failed to realise that he is what you get when you order Jason Momoa from Wish.com. This is on the website for davidmichigan.com. David Michigan, born February the 11th, 1989, same age as me, is an entrepreneur, actor and CEO of the Michigan Academy. More than 10 million people are following him on social media and 150,000 have subscribed to his academy. Ooh. Today he works as an actor and model and gives motivational speeches and mental coaching talks. I love that bit. He gives mental coaching talks. You said it, sunshine. That entire bio sounds like the kind of thing the law of attraction people make you write down in your little manifesting notebook that you then pop under your pillow in the hope that somehow, if you just pray hard enough, you'll manifest it. Absolute bollocks, of course. Next up on his little website, we've got a section with all the magazines he's been on with his top off. And don't get me wrong, right? He's a good looking guy. I would not be upset if I looked like that, but I don't, which is why I had to work on getting a personality. However, he does seem to be wearing more makeup than a 13-year-old with their first set of Maybelline. Now, of course, he's selling something. Of course, because you wouldn't make that many cringy videos without it having a payoff of some kind. Now this is the sales page which I'm going to take you through because it's absolute gold. Walk towards your destiny, he says. The secret of your transformation finally revealed. Oh, finally! Walk toward your destiny, which is exactly the sort of bland, nonsensical wordplay that pulls in low IQ, low thinking and naive motherfuckers with money to burn. I mean, we have to give this guy some credit. English is his second language. And you can tell. My god, that was the least convincing sales pitch I've seen since Huggies ran their transparent adult nappy adverts. David claims to have 127,384 students, which sounds like a number so arbitrary he's pulled it straight out of one of his paid models' arses. And those are all stock photos. I mean, if you're gonna be a grifter, at least try and be convincing. David has a ton of courses available on his website, including financial freedom. Financial freedom. Of course, no self-help academy is complete without a financial freedom course, is it? It's like the jam on top of a scone, the cream in the chocolate eclair, or the shit stains up the back of the public toilet bogs. Other classics include Everyday Happiness, Live in Abundance, The Secret Abs Fast, The Secret Instagram. These titles of these courses sound like they are written by an 11-year-old with severe ADHD. This guy's also got more courses than the Open University. And I'm not going to continue picking him apart because it really is just too easy. For all of these life-changing courses, David charges the minuscule amount of $99 per month, which is the same price as a tin of baked beans in the UK right now. Whilst researching for this video, I came across more grifters than a Catch Me If You Can fan convention. One of which was this guy, Hamza. His YouTube channel is actually funnier than some of the sketch comedy channels that I already watch. And I had to check to make sure that this guy wasn't actually just a comedy character, because this guy's got more front than Dover after a makeover at a Turkish dentist. And he takes himself more seriously than the Mexican cartel. He sits there in his videos with his dressing gown hood up, which seems to be his like USP or something. It's like, what are you, a fucking Jedi? The force is strong with this one, give me your credit card information. One look at his YouTube channel and you can see that it's straight out of the egoic, narcissistic self-help textbook. It's just one long clever sales pitch aimed at impressionable young men who need someone to look up to. This is all just common sense dressed up in frilly knickers. And I don't blame you for thinking, oh, Jack's just jealous, that's why he's ripping on this guy.
He's got 1.7 million subs. You haven't, Jack.
Who do you think you are, talking to me like that?
Ooh, you're odd. What you gonna do? Beat me up with your muscles?
Yeah, you're so annoying. You wait till I get my hands on you.
Don't threaten me with a good time, sunshine.
Anyway, I'm not saying that this Hamza geezer ain't got some good ideas in his video that help naive little fuckwits do better in their life. What I do oppose, though, is using said influence to sell expensive courses. Because, lo and behold, has this guy got a course to sell? Of course he has. In fact, he's got a couple. The first one is how to become a YouTuber, and it details exactly the steps you need to take to become a successful YouTuber, just like him. Might buy it. No way. I read through the entire sales pitch, and it can be broken down into the following. Number 1, do the work. Pretty simple. But it says, the entire 19-part mini course on skyrocketing your work rate. 19 parts. So instead of just actually doing the work, you have to sit through 19 bloody videos telling you why you procrastinate and to just do the work. Number 2, video creation secrets. Fine, okay. Number 3, build a cult-like audience. Bit weird. Number 4, how to create and sell your own course. Right, so you're selling me a course on how to become a YouTuber, to build a fan base or a cult, to then turn around and sell them a course, presumably about the same thing. I'm seeing a problem here. Not only that, this course will also set you back $990. You know what else I could spend almost £1,000 on? No, not hair transplant. Nasty. Yes, that's why I wear a hat, to cover up this massive forehead and receding bits, but a hair transplant would cost more than £1,000. Thank you very bloody much, you rude bastard. Now I do agree that overcoming procrastination is the key to making great stuff, but you do not need to spend $990 to do that, and to then waste several more weeks consuming this course and having someone tell you not to procrastinate while you are literally procrastinating. He's got a second course, by the way, and this one is even funnier and scarier, because introducing the Alpha Male Sex Course, the sales pitch of which is longer than my first bleeding novel. And I'll just read you some of the highlights. Yep, that's me. Dude, this ain't a Disney film introduction. It's a sleazy sex course. Play the clip.
Yep, that's me.
Christ, look at this guy. He looks like he's on course to invent the next MySpace. Non-cringe method to initiate knuckle-biting dirty talk. The non-cringe method? You're having a laugh. This entire bloody sales pitch is cringe. 2 cheap purchases to improve your sex love module. 2 cheap purchases. I wonder if that's 1, how to get your dignity back, and 2, a tool for pulling your head out your own arse. Doubt it. It's no accident that being dominated during sex is fantasized by 64% of women. 64%. Source? Trust me, bro. Now this is the really scary part at the end here, also without irony. Eliminate last minute resistance shit tests. This guy's going to teach you how to say, no, I think we will get it on. No, I don't really want to. No, I think we will still do it. Yeah. I don't want to though. Well, I do, so it's all gone very dark. And Christ knows what he's telling guys to do, because the next bit right below this is, all said without irony, my false rape accusation experience. plus how to keep yourself safe. Priceless. The only way of keeping yourself safe is by avoiding this fucking knuckle dragger. Priceless! So, let's award the CUNT award of the week to this motherfucking to this sad little twat with his sad little course about how to convince women to go to bed with you even if they don't want to. Also to a total value, he says, of $11,670. That number, of course, he's just completely pulled out of his arse, as well as his head. No, it won't be that much. It will be a one-time payment of $997. These are the things that I would rather do than give him $997. Number 1, set it on fire. Number 2, wipe my arse with it and then set it on fire. Number 3, give it to someone else to wipe their arse with it and then set it on fire, rather than give it to this egotistical narcissist with about as much charm as an old rerun of Jibble Fix It.
But it's not just these two silly bellends. It seems like every other YouTuber and TikToker is trying to give me free unsolicited advice about how to run my own life.
Self-improvement only rubs one's ego, giving your ego a massive hard-on. Self-destruction is the only real path to self-improvement. But who the hell wants to do that? Self-improvement is masturbation. So it's ironic then that all these self-development nitwits are trying to push nofap on us. They're simultaneously wanking their own ego red raw whilst telling you not to nofap. Some twat telling me what I can and can't do with my own cock. And we've all been sucked into their money-grabbing rabbit hole. B-movie version of Alice in Wonderland, entirely funded by product placement, with Wonderland being sponsored by Pfizer. But, let me just say this. I'm not completely innocent myself. I had a go when I was younger and more impressionable than an MK Ultra subject at making a course to sell. It was called Fantastic Following, and it was about how to get 100,000 likes on a Facebook page, which I just ripped from a book called 1 Million Followers by Brendan Kane. It was an absolute failure, but what depressed me the most about the whole thing was going against my morals. Yes, I do have some morals. And trying to sell something that I knew was inferior and had more fluff in it than a fat bloke's belly button. I regretted that decision more than the time I got a job as a cameraman in a really dodgy zoo.
Yeah, and I didn't sell a single sodding copy either, so that's another failed experiment. And that was just one of numerous side hustles I've started and failed more times than a Nazi blimp.
But it's not just tatted up ponytail twats and dressing gown dossers. There are others who command more respect, who should know better. They seem, how can I say it, a little bit more switched on than these other chancers. Namely, Vishen Laikani, owner of Mindvalley, which is, in his own words, is an innovative personal transformation learning platform covering all the essential life skills that regular education ignores. That regular education ignores, it says. Things like how to breathe, how to sleep, and chakra healing, whatever the fudge that is. Or what about the longevity blueprint? The course of which is 19.6 hours just for this one video course alone. You know what else I could do in 19.6 hours? I could have 117.6 wanks. It's by a guy called Ben Greenfield, who's also been on the Joe Rogan podcast, talking bollocks. This guy is a self-professed biohacker, runs experiments on himself, the results of which he could literally all be put down to placebo. Breath work for life. Motherfucker, I'm 33. I've done this far, breathing on my own. I think I'll be alright. Don't teach you that in school, do they? Look at all this. There's more woo-woo in here than a Saturday night at Wetherspoons during cocktail hour. Mindvalley is a self-help streaming and video platform started in 2004 by Vishen Laikani. And this is from his personal biography page. After graduating from high school, I moved to the United States, where I studied computer engineering at the University of Michigan. Oh my god, he studied at the University of David, Michigan. That explains the scammy courses. In 2004, I registered a little website to sell meditation CDs. It was called Mindvalley. If anything could sum up the empty-headedness of Mindvalley members, then Mindvalley sure does sum them up. It conjures up the image of breezy-trousered, hippie-loving, hemp-clothed airheads with enough space in their brains to park a fleet of jumbo jets, which they'd be against. In 2010, I started a transformational festival called A-Fest. Wonder what that stands for? Perhaps Anal Fest, where hippies from all walks of life can stick their head up other hippies' arses and see what falls out, and then make a course out of it. Next thing I did was have a look at their YouTube channel, which has 2.25 million subscribers. Impressive. Not so impressive is their view counts on their recent videos. Now I know I can't speak because I'm not exactly pulling in Mr. Beast numbers myself, but you'd have thought with 2.25 million subscribers they could be pulling in more view counts than this. Even I'm doing better than that. Perhaps he should take Hamza's course. So curious, I clicked on one of the videos at random to see what the video was all about. Now, if you're going to be peddling this kind of crap, at least be convincing about it.
Hey, so I wanted to share this video with you to share with you a really weird ritual that I do in the morning. It's weird, and you may. So if you were to observe me after I finish meditation, what I do is my hands are moving, my eyes are closed, my hands are moving in this way, and I seem to be playing with these invisible objects. But here's what's really going on. What I'm doing is I'm manipulating the energy of my day.
Now the sad thing is I think Vishen actually believes this crap. It's like thinking eating your own shit will give you magic powers, or drinking your own piss, which is probably something he has a course on. How much do you think they're charging for this new age woo-woo cocktail and health kit crap? For content that isn't even succeeding on YouTube, that people don't even want to watch for free, when you could pay, say, 10 quid a month for Netflix, Disney or HBO. Or if you're really into that stuff, Gaia for 8 quid a month. Mindvalley will set you back $99 per month. To me, that verges on the effing criminal. Now don't get me wrong, I believe in my own fair share of woo-woo and conspiracy theories, and interesting but unconfirmed stories. But I draw the line at paying or charging $99 a month for them. You probably completely already know all of this, so it's egg sucking time, okay? Just, don't tell Humpty Dumpty. Advertisers need you to be unhappy to buy their product, and they do this by convincing you that you will be happy once you buy their product. And you are, for a bit. They need you to be unhappy in the first place, because happy people don't buy shit. The quitting the 9-to-5 scam isn't new, but the proliferation, oh, that's a long word, isn't it? Here's the definition, if you need it. The proliferation of these 9-to-5 scammers on the internet telling you how to quit your shitty 9-to-5 has exploded faster than a SpaceX rocket. The big new scam these days is convincing people that the 9-to-5 is itself a scam.
Your 9-to-5 job is robbing you from your life.
And to quit their awful 9-to-5 jobs, because who really enjoys a 9-to-5? No one, really. And they have nice little titles like Escape the Matrix, that one's my favourite, which is the most overused cliche at the moment since Live, Laugh, Love. And they also have very big promises. 14k, 5k, 2k a month. Every single one of these people have a course to sell you. Every single one of these videos is a sales pitch. Start an agency, start a business, and you too can make 5 grand a month, just like me. All you need to do is join my mastermind, and then you get to wear expensive watches and fly to Dubai and hang around with women with more plastic in them than a rejected Barbie toy factory. And anyone that says that they're talking bullshit, like me, is labelled an agent of the Matrix, a sheep, an NPC, a hater, and they leave out all of the hard bits that you need to go through because they need to make it seem as easy as possible so that you'll buy their course. You know what really makes me laugh? People who make YouTube videos about getting up at 5 AM in the morning. I got up at 5 AM every day for a week. What do you flippin' do? I know loads of people that get up at 5 AM to go to flipping work. It's not a new concept, getting up early, is it?
I woke up at 5 AM every day for a week.
I seriously doubt This motherfucker discovered the meaning to life between the hours of 5 and 7 a.m. So I think I'll just stay in bed and get some extra rest, dreaming about the time that I was on the Late Late Show with James Corden singing about he's a fat, chubby little twat. Because sold his soul for a shot of fame, catchphrase and a wigs and the jokes are lame. The self-help industry is one of the most profitable industries in the world, and it's worth 10.5 billion. Let me repeat that for the hard of hearing. 10.5 billion. Now tell me it's not all about the money. There it is. Self-improvement is just one massive ego trip, bigger than riding the Nemesis Inferno. That's a roller coaster. You can go so far down the rabbit hole that is self-improvement that there are even people that say you can get rid of the ego if you take their course, of course. And they're usually dressed in some handmade hemp poncho, smile gleaming from egoic self-satisfaction. Motherfucker, getting rid of the ego is the biggest ego trip going. Alright, John! Self-improvement makes your life worse. It makes you do less work, consume more fake gurus bullshit than an understaffed milk farmer, have less money, and have a head full of more useless ideas than a 6-year-old inventor. And you're simping after these grifters because they've got nice cars or muscles. It's like giving $100 to a girl you've never met just because you like her boobs. Motherfucker, it's the same shit. So you just sit around all day, do you, doing nothing? No, I'm not saying do nothing. And I try and refrain from giving any advice. Because who am I to tell you what to do, right? You'll have to buy my course for that. Jokes. All of this. The books, the courses, the gurus, the seminars. It's all a grift. You don't need it. That's my point. All of it is just about profiteering from your procrastination. Those gurus are a refuge for the lost and the chronically procrastinating. The next time you feel down, just remember that life is all about perspective. I have a friend who has sex 2 to 3 times a day, exercises regularly, reads as many books as he likes, has his meals made for him day and night, goes everywhere with his friends, and he's always having sleepovers, and always has someone to cuddle at night. And yet he's always complaining about how much he hates prison. Nothing replaces just sitting in your chair and doing the work. Because your procrastination has been commercialised harder than a short-haul flight to Ireland, you don't need a $990 course, or a $2,000 seminar, or a one-to-one with some guru with such a large ego you need to make sure you remove all sharp objects for fear of popping them and being covered in 5,000 bits of undigested bullshit. All you need to really do is...
just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!